Picture your dog watching you tie your shoelaces by the front door. It has no idea you're heading to work, running errands, or living out some complicated human schedule. All it knows is, shoes means something is about to happen. That's it. No job title, no plans, no inner life. Just a pattern. And that raises a strange question: if animals don't see us the way we see ourselves, what do they actually think we are? Not pets, not owners, not people. Something else entirely. Something built out of smell, sound, repetition, and guesswork. Let's start somewhere familiar but go a little deeper than usual. Dogs don't just recognize your face, they recognize your walk, your breathing pattern, even the rhythm of your footsteps on a staircase before you're visible. Some dogs can tell which family member is coming home just from the sound of a car door 3 houses away. To a dog, you're not really human in any abstract sense. You're a specific bundle of signals it has memorized completely. A dog likely doesn't think of you as a different species so much as a slightly oversized, slightly clumsy pack member who controls the leash, the fridge, and the front door. Cats complicate the picture in their own way. Most cat behaviorists agree cats don't see humans as superior beings or rulemakers, more like oversized roommates who happen to control resources. A cat head-butting your leg isn't submission, it's closer to a handshake. Interestingly, kittens meow at their mothers, but adult cats mostly stop meowing at other cats once they're grown. The meowing many cats reserve specifically for humans may be a sound they kept around because it worked on us. In other words, your cat may have slowly trained itself to talk to you in a voice it invented just for that purpose. Now picture an elephant. Elephants have extraordinary memories and can distinguish between different human languages, clothing styles, and even genders associated with past danger. Researchers in parts of Africa found elephants reacted with more alarm to the voices of certain ethnic groups historically associated with hunting than to others. That's not instinct, that's learned, specific, almost historical memory. To an elephant, humans aren't one category. We're filed individually, sometimes by group, based on what happened the last time paths crossed. Chimpanzees and other primates take this even further. In captivity, chimps have been observed holding what looks like grudges against specific zookeepers for years, while warmly greeting others. Some primates appear to test humans hiding food, watching to see if a person notices, almost like they're probing how smart or attentive we are. A chimpanzee may not wonder what a human is in some philosophical sense, but it's almost certainly forming an opinion about what a particular human will do next, the same way it would size up a chimp from a neighboring group of wolves. The wild relatives of dogs see us very differently than dogs do. A wolf that has had no contact with people typically treats humans as a danger to avoid entirely, not a curiosity to investigate. There's no domestication softening that instinct. So a dog sniffing your hand and a wolf watching you from a tree line aren't expressing different levels of the same idea, they're running almost opposite programs. One has been shaped over thousands of years to read us as family. The other has been shaped to read us as a reason to disappear. Farm animals offer a quieter version of this. Cows have been shown in studies to recognize individual human faces and seem to form preferences, calmer around certain handlers, more anxious around others, often based on tone of voice and how predictable a person's movements are. Pigs, often underestimated, perform about as well as dogs on certain problem-solving and social tasks, and they clearly distinguish familiar caretakers from strangers. To a cow or a pig, a human probably isn't a farmer. It's a tall, upright presence that is either calm or stressful to be around, and that's almost the entire judgment. Bees push the idea of understanding humans into much stranger territory. Bees can't recognize you the way a dog can, but in lab experiments, honeybees have been trained to distinguish between human faces in photographs, telling them apart with surprising accuracy despite having a brain the size of a grass seed. That doesn't mean a bee knows what a face is, or what a person is. It just means its visual system found patterns in our features the same way it finds patterns in flowers. We may register to a bee as just another oddly shaped, oddly colored shape worth remembering. Fish complicate things further. Many aquarium owners notice their fish gathering near the glass when a familiar person approaches versus a stranger. Some species, including certain cichlids, have been shown experimentally to distinguish between individual human faces. A fish almost certainly isn't thinking, "There's my owner." It's more likely registering a shape associated with food arriving, repeated often enough to become predictable. To a fish, you may not be a being at all, you might just be the explanation for why food sometimes appears. Then there are animals at the edge of our understanding entirely, deep-sea creatures, octopuses, and other species whose nervous systems are so different from ours that thinking about humans might not even be the right phrase. An octopus reacts to individual people differently, squirting water at handlers it seems to dislike and staying calm around others. But its mind processes the world through skin, touch, and color in ways so foreign to us that whatever conclusion it draws about humans is probably not translatable into any thought we'd recognize. It may not be wrong about us. It may just be right about us in a language we'll never read. Maybe that's the real takeaway. Animals aren't building a single definition of human the way we might build a definition of a species in a textbook. They're collecting evidence about us one encounter at a time. This voice means food, this shape means danger, this person is safe, this one isn't. We're not a category to them. We're a long list of individual case studies, updated constantly by behavior, not by who we think we are. And maybe that's worth remembering the next time you walk past an animal that watches you a little too closely. It isn't wondering who you are. It already has a working theory. It's just waiting to see if you confirm it.